Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So for these quests here, we are in Lord's March Plaza again. This is actually going to be a continuation from the first chain that we had done out here, ending with Tolis, which is Eyes of Stone. This is kind of like the second half. Now I want to point out, you don't have to do chain 1 in order to do chain 2. There is a slight difference, which I will point out once we get inside here. So, outside in the plaza itself, we do have this half-orc named Darman Kosh. Now, you can choose to talk to him before or after you complete the quest, and he's actually going to give you an additional reward. If you talk to him first, he will tell you in which order you are supposed to do it, like for a continual storyline wise. However, you do not have to do it in that specific order. So once you pick up the quest here, you want to head over to the far western side of the Lord's March Plaza to the Lord's March Palace itself. Once inside, you'll see a couple of people. Now, here's where the big difference comes in. If, however, you have not done chain 1, instead of standing in the front here, these guys will actually be sitting in these chairs. So if they're not showing up in the exact same place, again, that's just because we've done chain 1. And again, there's no difference. So the first quest is given by Yorick. So I believe he's sitting over in this chair. Again, I can't completely recall. If I'm completely off, that's fine. Just find Yorick and you can talk to him there. And that's really the only difference between doing it first and doing it after, is just the placement of the NPCs here. So now the quest itself is actually located in the northern part of the plaza. And we're just going to head up the stairs here to the Summerfield district. Oh, there we go.
Summerfield is ablaze. Black smoke pours from countless buildings.
All right.
The hastily built defensive walls, you spy an elf giving orders.
So the first thing that we need to do is we need to head up top. Now there are a couple of ways. You can head left and head up the ramp here, or you can head around to the left instead of going right and head up the ramp here. Either way, it doesn't really make a difference. One side just gets you up here, one gets you up on the other side.
The sound of pillage echo off the remaining city walls. Unless you stop the Droam army, Summerfield's fate will be shared by every district in Stormreach.
Alright, and once you're up here, so again, it doesn't matter which side you come up on, you have to walk over to the main section here with Captain Marcus and talk to him. That will actually start a portal spawning.
Along the building ledges.
Now they always spawn in the same order, and what you gotta do is you just gotta kill them off. So it's gonna spawn one off to the side, one towards the center, then off to the side, to the center, and it's gonna keep going back and forth like that. So there's that one. Now we gotta head back to the center. And obviously, if you're slow killing, you're gonna get more of these portals spawning at once. And the objective here is to kill as many guards as you can before they actually kill Captain Marcus. If he survives, you are actually awarded with an additional chest. So there is a little bonus. The other thing is, when it spawns for this portal here that's about to spawn in, you can actually spawn in with a named enemy. Which we did get. Okay, you're not guaranteed to get that. I do want to point that out. It's kind of a chance spawn. Alright.
Several moments pass
Now,
without
once you've
portals appearing.
defeated all of
While
that,
the Droam army commander reformulates his strategy, you have a chance to dispose of enemy forces inside Summerfield's broken walls.
alright, once you do that, it's gonna mention to, head off and go kill them. That is when you're gonna actually want to head off towards the south and start heading out this way. Now, if you happen to run into any of the named enemies along the way, it will also create chests up top where that one was. So if you did see that, I did notice the chest. We will be back, as that's the where the end loot of the quest is as well. So while you're out and about, as you'll see, there are some guys on ledges, so just watch yourself. And of course, guys at the bottom as well. Don't worry if you don't have ranged attacks. There's plenty of guys on the bottom. So as you're killing them, you are getting these slayed Droam soldiers, looting Summerfield. You'll also see these wounded Stormreach guards. All these guys, they aren't optional. Just walk up, talk to them. That's it. You'll also see these yellow X's on the map. These indicate little rooms that you can enter in. Now these rooms usually have Stormreach guards inside, so it is a good idea if you are looking to get them all to just head inside there. They also usually come with a horde of enemies or traps or something like that. So this one here, you're gonna have a whole bunch of guys spawning right where my turret is, and they're gonna spawn once you approach this door. After that, there's just a bunch of breakables in this room. Alright, so now heading through the door here. Again, bunch more breakables. And we got a wounded Stormreach guard. To the other back corner, we do have a hidden door. With, again, more breakables. Stormreach guards. So this is also where you get a big majority of the breakables for the quest. As you see, we've hit 62, and well, most of them were in this room. Alright. So once you're done there, just go ahead and exit the room, and then we've got another one just around our corner here. In we go. So it's a pretty straightforward quest. Ultimately, you don't have to go into any of these side rooms. You do get a little bit more XP for it because, as you see, we got an observance bonus here. We're getting breakables. We're getting all the extra guards. So all our extra XP bonuses, they're essentially all coming from these rooms here. Alright, so for this one here, as you'll see, we do have a control panel box up top. And what it is in here, there's just a little spike trap on either side. Not really a danger, but of course, extra XP for disabling traps, so it's not that big of a deal. Atop of the fireplace, there's a rune, which opens the back, has another guard. Alright. So I think I saw a guard. Now, the placements of these knocked out guards, they do change run to run. So they're not always going to be in the same position. So there's one up there. You just kind of got to run around using your like Q and E, or well Q for example, to try and target them. Alright, so here we go. So as you can see, we got a couple here, one up top, a couple down at the bottom.
Droam's rampage through Summerfield knows no bounds. Nothing is safe from their marauding ways.
And
Not
chim
even
up.
rest shrines.
Got over here. And once you rescue the few that you got to, it does give you another optional. So there are a couple of optionals that you can get that duplicate. Now another viable method is to actually just run around from the top here, jumping from rooftop to rooftop, if of course you have the jump seal for that. It will save you a lot of damage, as well if they can't hit you.
But beating war drums indicate the invaders are preparing a new assault. It is time to reinforce the defenses, starting with locking the sally port. This is likely the last working fountain in the Summerfield district.
Alright. So we got another shop here. So this will be the third and final one. Now this one has another trap in it. And the trap is like the entirety of the floor here. So in order to get the trap box for this one, you want to just kind of hug the right side, head up here where our guard is. From here, jump up onto the bookshelf, and then up and over here. So as you can see, it's kind of all over the floor, but if you hug that right side, you'll be safe. Now I do want to point out, if you are right underneath the wall here and you attempt to jump up, it is just going to throw you off. So you do need to be on the side here so that you're not bumping your head. Alright, once you got the traps disabled, you can come on in and open up the door, which does just have a small ambush here. And then another Storm Mage guard. Alright. So we are now at Ransack. just to our north, we have a little couple of shrines, but as you saw, it wasn't really a safe spot. Then up and around, west and then north, we do have a ladder to get up on the roofs here. Now up top here, usually at this point you should have the last remaining of your soldiers. Although, as you see, there are still a few lying around, but at this point they do not award any additional experience for getting them. So it's just kind of a goodwill gesture at that point. Alright, so back here, if you head south through the destroyed gates.
Set up forward command posts on this side of Coranu River in preparation of further attacks against the Summerfield district.
So you are going to have a large fight in here if you decide to come this way. It is completely not needed, again, for completion. It does have a couple of breakables, some guards, as well as a couple of possible named enemies as well. So aside from the named enemies, there really isn't a big point. I like to come here just for the sake of killing things. And it does have a couple of chests and some collectibles here as well. Alright, so it doesn't look like we got any of the
leads across the Coranu River,
named enemies.
Jungle, and to the combined might of Droam's
however, down here in the water where this destroyed ship is, there's actually a clam. Now this clam is a treasure chest. So you can loot it, get some actual loot, not just, you know, clams. And then up by the boat here is your way back up. All right. So at this point, actually, once you've just killed enough, where it brings up the DM narration to head to the Sally Port and lock that, you're going to want to head to where our fountain was, head up north, not the first turn, but the second turn here, so right near the battering ram, off to the left, and around the corner we're going to see our inner courtyard.
Waft up from this hatch.
Just go ahead and select that.
You'll have to brave the step. The sewer tunnel beyond this hatch leads to the other side of the wall. Doubtless the maze of twisting, turning pipes would befuddle any Droam scouts attempting to flank the city's defenders.
Alright, so for this part here, we gotta pull the Sallyport locking lever. Once we do, however, it will spawn a group of enemies right on top of you. So just be aware of that. And then once they are all defeated, we're going to get our battering ram, which is going to break the door right here. And in comes the big boss. Now he's going to spawn in a few random trash enemies as well. They're going to spawn in behind where he came through to start. As he takes a little bit more damage, he's going to come up with some text. And he's actually going to break some additional doorways here, which we're going to hurt him a little more. So our first one will be this door. And again, there's not a big point to killing off these guys. Like, they will come to the center to assist, kind of assist their commanding officer. But ultimately, like, it doesn't really do much. Now, again, we do have one more that he's going to break. It's actually going to be this door right here. He does that when he's almost dead. So there you go. And the main reason for, like, trying to kill these guys first is it can often push you to your next tier in killing, getting you a little bit extra XP. Obviously, it's not a big thing, but it's something. Now, once he is defeated, you get one chest down here.
Rises from the Droam encampment in response, indicating that with Tagarist's death,
you also, at the top where Captain Marcus was, so we had one chest up there before. Now, if you do all the other optionals, when you come up top here, he's actually going to have another chest. So I believe this one here is for having Captain Marcus survive. And then it can spawn in a few additional chests for each of the named enemies that you had killed. And they'll also all be up top here as well. At that point, all that's left to do is to finish out, turn in the quest, and then pick up the next one. Alright everybody, well thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one all.